What's up, Darcizzle Nation? Thanks for checking out our newest catch and cook video.
Now the crappie fishing we did is left over from our last video, but we went in a deeper channel and some real deep water, and I want to show you this new technique.
Watch me clean the crappie, and then we cook the crappie using a fan-inspired recipe. This is breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese pan-fried crappie catch and cook.
I've got this feeling. I'm feeling
I think
you
so.
could be the one.
I literally just started reeling and it was like, fish on.
I see
Net,
no
net,
reason.
net, net, net. I'm gonna start singing. Net, net, net.
Everybody panic!
Ah, gotcha. Awesome! Alright guys, so we have switched up our fishing location, and basically what we're doing now is, instead of fishing the grass flats out there, awesome, check them out. Instead of fishing the grass flats out a little further away from here, we traveled a few miles. Basically what we're doing now is we're fishing a deep channel, and there's a channel here that runs like all the way in, and it gets a little shallower, like into a river, and there's a little bit of current here, but we decided to stage up and look for them on the depth finder. And as you can see, there's a bunch of boats behind me. This is like a really popular fishing area, and everybody is fishing for speck crappie, and so we kind of just like looked on the depth finder and looked for where the actual like shelf is, and it came up pretty drastically. So all these fish are hanging out like right on the structure, right on the shelf where the incline is. So we just dropped down our baits, put out the anchor, and scoped out and came back to where we needed to be. And so basically we have them right below our boat, and we just stuck out our live baits. Super easy and fun to do with the kids. You can just grab any old rod and reel and do this. It's so much fun. And literally Scott has had one of these crappie poles since he was like 12 years old, and he's still using it, and it only costs like $8. So this is a beautiful fish. I'm gonna stick in my live well and keep him alive for a minute so I can take some pictures. We are, I guess we're on the crappie spot now. That's a nice one. Where's the net? Where's the net?
That's a terrible idea.
What? Terrible. Okay.
All right.
We just got 3 fish like back to back to back, and we kind of just moved back with our anchor as well. We let some more rope out, and we are not marking anything on the screen, but we just dropped back baits and caught 3 fish. That is totally awesome. But check out our cooler. We do have quite a bit of fish in there. I think around a dozen so far, and a couple catfish. But this is awesome, and as you guys might already know, the crappie are like absolutely delicious. People love them. That's why there's so many boats out here fishing for them, even on a Friday, and it's not even the weekend yet. So we're gonna go ahead and do a catch and cook with these fish, and a lot of people refer to them as the lake lobster. They taste like lobster from the deep sea. So totally awesome. We're gonna take these home, clean them up, and do a cook and catch. I want to tell you guys the rod and the setup that I'm using today, and maybe you guys can get out there and do this too, but once again, this is like a very cheap method of fishing, and it's great fun with the family and the friends and all that good stuff. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of boats passing by, but I'm using a micro spin combo here. You can use any one. This is a Zebco setup. So just go get one at Walmart, guys. I mean, they're super cheap. Scott's had one since he was 8 years old. And this is spooled with 6-pound test. So I have tied my rig directly to the 6-pound test, and basically starting with the hook here, I'm using a size 6 Mustad Arbidine hook, and they come in packs like this. But I actually use this hook for like catching ballyhoo offshore fishing when I'm bait fishing. So size 6, you can also go up or go down depending on your preference. And then this is tied up with cinch knot. And then probably like 4 or 5 inches down, I have a split shot here, and this is approximately a quarter-inch ounce. You can see here we've got this assortment of different split shots. So depending on the current and what's going on with the water you're fishing, you need to decide what weight is going to work best for you. And in particular here in this deep channel, we are fishing really deep, so I'm using the biggest split shot available in this pack, and also the wind. So you want to make sure that bait is going to stay down. So you always want to place it like 4 or 5 inches above where the minnow is going to be swimming freely. And then you have a sliding bobber here. So this is a sliding rig, and this one we went actually through the eyes here, as you can see, so it slides up and down to any length. And then depending on the water level you're fishing, we also have attached a bobber stopper, which is that little string right there, that green string. And you can slide this string up and down as you please. You can loosen it and tighten it with the tail ends there. And so for the deep water, I would take this bobber stopper and put it about we're in 15 feet of water, so I'd have it a couple feet up, so I'd take it like 14 feet back. So that way the fish can get all the way down to the depth where the fish are hanging out, and you look at your depth finder and he'll sit right there at that spot you want him to sit. And so earlier when we were in the shallows and I was fishing the 1.5 foot depth, you know, we kept it like a foot down. So that's the setup, guys. I mean, it's fairly easy, and like I said, it's a lot of fun on the lake tackle. Like, it's a lot of fun, and especially if he's like far away, if you cast it out far and catching a fish. But that's the whole setup there, and I hope and highly encourage you guys to get out there and do the same. And you can do this from land. You don't even need to be on a boat. Check it out. We got a bunch of nice sized crappie, and we're about to go home and do a catch and cook.
Don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming because
We are back at the house, guys. I'm ready to flay up our fish, and I have officially counted how many crappie we caught with Scott, and we got 18. So I think that's definitely a good amount. That was a good day of fishing. I've filleted a crappie before, and I'm just going to show you what I do in order to fillet these fish. And it's just starting with my knife. I normally would use my 7-inch tapered flex from Bubba Blade. That's my favorite go-to knife for filleting fish. But because these fish are, you know, smaller in size compared to fish I catch in the past, I would like to use a smaller blade. So check out this really fancy, this sheath for the knife. It's so fancy. I love it. It's so cool looking. And you just take out my knife here. This is the 6-inch Turkinator made by Bubba Blade Knives. And this is the official Mossy Oak Obsession handle with the orange grips. So cool. And it's also actually the perfect deboning knife for any fowl or wild game. But I also like to use it as a fillet knife. So this is very sharp. It's actually recently new, so I don't need to go ahead and sharpen it up with my sharpening steel. But I'm going to go ahead and start to fillet this fish. Pretty simple. And guys, I just want to mention to you that I do have a lot of fillet videos that you guys can check out. I'll link the playlist down in the description below for y'all. But I have filleted a lot of different species of fish. So if you want to check that out, it's linked down below. But I'm going to make the first cut starting right behind his fin here, like I do with most fish. And I'm just going to make, whoops, slid a little bit. And I'm just going to make an initial cut right behind the fin, all the way up to the top of his dorsal fin area. And then I just like to slide my knife all the way down the backbone, all the way down to the tail. And I also wanted to mention too, don't worry about my thumb over here. I did that being silly with a knife and sliced myself open, so just disregard that. That didn't just happen. Alright, and so then I'm just going to go ahead and work the knife at a 45-degree angle along that initial cut I just made along the backbone. And so that way I'm going to follow the meat and the bones down to his spine here. And the spine, usually a lot of fish stick out, so you just want to like work your knife over that spine and then go back down and follow the rest of the fillet at a 45-degree angle. But these guys actually, their spine doesn't stick out too bad, so got lucky there. And then there's some rib bones right here, pin bones if you can call that. A lot of fish have pin bones, so you want to break those pin bones. There we go. And just, actually, I have to go along the edge of the rib cage right here. I'm sorry, you don't break the bones. It's been a while since I actually cut a crappie, to be honest with you guys. But you can see that this big piece just stuck out, and I just went over it with the knife. And then I'm just going to slice the fillet off here. And they look so good already. You can just tell how good meat is going to be just by looking at it before you even cook it. But that is an awesome piece. And I'm going to do the other side here real quick. But let me just go ahead and fillet the skin off. And this takes a little bit of practice, but you want to keep the meat as close to your body as possible so that way you have leverage to work with the fish. But basically I like to put my thumb right here, but since my thumb is broken right now, I'm going to use my 2 fingers. And I'm going to just work the knife underneath the skin and make an initial cut like that. And then you just want to like grip onto the little piece of skin that's there and work the knife once again at a 45-degree angle and just follow it along the edge of the skin. You can see what I'm doing right here. And then as I move down, I slide my fingers up underneath so I get closer to it so I have better leverage. And there we go. That is a nice little crappie fillet right there. Alright, so that's filleted. Let me just make sure. Yep, it does have pin bones in here. Most fish always do right in the middle, so you just want to go ahead and cut those pin bones out. And then get rid of that. I don't want to eat that. And yeah, that's ready to go right now.
because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving me. Don't wanna wake up. No, I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up.
We have 17 more to go.
Good evening, Darcizzle Nation. We've come to the part of the video which is my specialty because it involves eating. So I usually do the cooking around here, and Darcy's dad, but I'm cooking for the video here. So we've got a recipe from, what's the name of the guy?
I cook too, people.
She doesn't cook. She cooks. What'd you cook last night?
I cooked my birthday dinner last night.
she cooked a cake.
And when my dad's not here, I cook for you all the time. Here we go. Here we go, people. Yeah. But
So-
I want to also thank you guys for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really
that was
nice.
totally awesome. And now my birthday's come and gone. But thank you guys for the birthday wishes.
It was
You
March
made
3rd.
It much better.
She's 29, I'm 50. On to the recipe. The recipe we got is from fantastic_sport fishing on Instagram.
Yes.
So it's a fan recipe. Thank you very much. He fishes in North Carolina. So here's your recipe. And basically it's going to be flour. We're going to put some flour. We're going to dredge it in egg, which seems to be the reverse order to me, but that's what he said. And then we're going to put it in a mixture of breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese and parsley. Okay, recipe's in the description. And we're going to cook those crappies up in some medium heat in some olive oil. And I'm very good at frying stuff, apparently. At least that's what they tell me around here.
I didn't realize you were going through the whole thing. That's cool, though. Awesome.
What do you want me to do?
4 pounds of crappie, guys,
I'm
from
not-
18 fish. That's a lot.
It's a lot of crappie. It's a lot of crap we got here. Now, personally, let me tell you, I like to cook crappie in a lot of fish, just in a pan with butter, cook it in butter, and salt and pepper. That's all you really need for fish, especially a good fish like crappie. So, but let's see how this goes. We're also going to put it over some rice. Very important when you're sauteing or kind of frying in a pan the fish, you want to make sure this oil gets nice and hot. And as I've showed you before, the way you test that. Woo, whoop, whoop, whoop. Now we know that we need this, otherwise Darcy's going to yell at me. In the flour, in the eggs, into this. Press it on there.
Breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs, into the breadcrumbs. Crappie is very thin, so it's going to cook really fast, so we're going to have to be aware of that.
This feeling you're giving me, don't wanna wake up.
Next step, we're going to saute or fry these up. And I just wanted to mention, as Darcy mentioned in some other videos, these racks are awesome if you're going to be frying anything or sauteing anything. Keeps everything nice and crispy. So definitely get one of these racks. Is it in our Amazon store, Sizzle?
Yes.
Amazon affiliate store. Anything you want to buy, particularly Darcy's products, description below.
Yep.
Bubble Blade also has, kitchen knives.
Chef knife.
Chef knife. There you go. All right, let's do it. Now, fish, you're usually going to cook fish 10 minutes per inch. That's kind of a general rule with fish and a lot of different stuff. And this is a panfish crappie, and it's really thin, so really it's going to go fast. So you got to keep track of it. And I got this oil a little bit too hot. You can see the edges are already browning. Only took a second. And I usually overload the pan too much, but you don't really want to do that.
Oh my gosh, it's way too hot.
Yeah.
Burn that.
You can see I had the oil a little bit too hot. Our fan that gave us the recipe said to keep it on medium. Got a little hot while I was waiting. And so you can see it's a little overcooked, but it's just extra crispy on the outside. And still pretty tasty, but we're going to, I did lower it quite a bit. For the second batch, second pan full, I'm going to use coconut oil. See, that's a little bit not as hot, and hopefully Darcy won't yell at me as much.
Baby, without.
All right, so now the edges are starting to get a little bit brown. My 2 minutes is almost up. Some pieces are thicker than others. You got to flip them separately. So just, that's what I do. That seems to be working. See these? Oh, that's very hot.
It's time for the taste portion of this video. We have to taste our
My
delicious
favorite portion.
catch. I'm so excited. Crappie is delicious. Have you ever had crappie?
I have.
Okay.
Crappie.
Crappie.
Speck,
Crappie.
panfish, all those good names. All right.
Ladies
you
first.
ready? You ready? We're sharing a plate here. I don't know why, but that was Brian's idea. So we're gonna go ahead and try it out.
We got Parmesan and bread encrusted crappie with broccoli and rice and some lemon over it. Smaller bites, Darcizzle.
It was a little bite. It was pretty
I
good.
got a thumbs up over here.
Really good.
Delicioso.
Really, really good. That's a really interesting and easy, quick recipe from Fantastic
It
Sport
is
Fishing.
delicious.
Thank you so much. And we want to use more of your guys' recipes in the future. So follow us on social media and all that good stuff. So that way, you know, when we ask you these questions, you can help the channel. And
Especially Twitter.
yeah,
We love
especially
Twitter and Instagram.
Yes. Yes.
And we're going to be doing a catfish, I think, soon, right?
Yeah, we're going to be doing a catfish catch and cook as well. So we need recipes for that too, guys.
Catfish in the comments.
Yeah, there you go. Brian, now you try it.
I've already eaten a bunch.
I know he did,
from
but you gotta try it on camera.
That's why I like to cook, because I eat at the same time.
Yeah, he's done eating, literally. He already had his serving of fish. It's really
You know,
good. Can't go wrong with crappie.
I had crappie the first time with Scott last year when we went, and it's literally like the best fish. One of the best fish ever. It's very light and flaky and delicious. And again, just butter and salt and pepper works too, but we did that last time. And so there's something different. It's delicious. Can't
Yeah.
go wrong.
Yeah,
Lake
no.
lobster.
That's right.
Yes.
Lake
Yeah.
lobster, delicious.
Yep. It gets a 10 out of 10.
It's a
Good
10 out of
job.
10.
Absolutely.
Scallops,
job. Really good.
Lake Okeechobee scallops, lake lobster, delicious.
Yes. Yes, exactly. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up so we can eat our dinner and have a very full belly because I am like starving and this is going to be so good. Whoops.
She doesn't eat all day until
making
dinner.
a mess over here. I do that sometimes, but I don't need to eat that much if I'm not fishing. Anyways, okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Sorry if you hear any background noise at the moment, but I apologize for that. But guys, make sure you look in the description for all the good stuff, the Amazon link and all the stuff that I recommended in this video. Check it out. It'll be in the Amazon and all that other good stuff Brian talked about earlier, but I'm not going to dwell on it. So guys, make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We'll be back with another catch and cook and more adventures like really soon, tomorrow probably. And until our next adventure, follow your dreams and keep on catching. Catching.
Catching.
You've been saying it like that for a long time now. Yeah.
Catching the crappie.
More crappie.
Ba-boom. All right. Now I gotta get my
Crappie's
own
good.
plate.
If you hadn't
This is Brian's
mentioned,
plate.
that phone going up, they probably wouldn't have heard it in the thing.
It tastes a little bit.
I didn't know if they would, and I was scared, so I was trying to overtalk it. In
Tastes
case
like
it was
Bubba.
like yeah, it tastes like Bubba.
It tastes like Bubba.
Yeah.
There's too much meat on here for Bubba.
Yes.
Bubba tastes like a bag of sticks.
Yeah. Poor Bubba.